Fell Xenologue 3 takes us to Brodia, where we are joined by Gregory, a slow but hard-hitting sage. His low speed makes him a little unwieldy in combat, so I give him Emblem Corrin and switch Veyle to Emblem Veronica, guessing that contract support will be valuable at some point. I also make a serious prep error, assigning Emblem Lucina to Alear, as she's Alear's only Bond 20 emblem, and I plan to use Engage Plus heavily on this map. The battle takes place on a bridge, and we are up against Alchrist and Diamant. The map is quite cramped and contains multiple mage cannoneers, armored units with very long-range weapons. The biggest challenge with this map is the reinforcement lineup. When you enter the section of the bridge just above the deployment area, you trigger 2 turns of 3 Wyvern Knights from the left and 3 Griffin Knights from the right. Another 2 such waves are triggered once you enter the section of the bridge just below Alchrist's position, and 2 final waves of 5 flyers appear from the bottom of the map once Alchrist becomes aggressive. I proceed upward, having Alear engage plus with Veyle on turn 1, and use an early Dragon Blast on a Swordmaster to secure attuned bonuses. With speed plus 3 and attuned bonuses, Veyle is able to double and KO Griffin Knights with Elfire, while dodging or taking minimal damage from their attacks, and I have her defeat a Berserker on the right so she can take them on. I set up Ivy and Emblem Soren on the left, and have her equip Excalibur, which I have augmented with 1 level each of dodge and def bonuses, with the augment crystals from the free update and main story completion bonuses. The Wyvern Knights have enough speed to double her, but it doesn't matter because Excalibur one-shots them. As long as she doesn't get crit, she'll be fine. As long as she doesn't get crit, she'll be fine. After clearing out the first round of reinforcements, I take some time to recharge my engage meters, using a combination of emblem energy pools and sitting in range of some mage cannoneers in Alchrist's group. Once I'm ready, I have Rosado take out those mage cannoneers with Emblem Eirika's rapier, and use the same setup of Ivy on the left and Veyle on the right to deal with the second reinforcement squad. Unfortunately, my timing is a little off, and I don't start up the final 2 waves of reinforcements on the bottom of the map until Ivy only has 2 turns left on Soren's engage, 1 turn short of what she needs to properly deal with both waves. I send her down to deal with the first wave anyway, and also manage to take down Alchrist on the turn he arrives. However, as Ivy retreats from the second turn of reinforcements from the bottom of the map, she gets crit by a spear-toting Wyvern Knight. Since allies do not permanently die in the Fell Xenologue, I decide to try to play around her retreat, but since the flyers are now free to advance toward my team, I need to take Diamant down quickly. I plan to use Divine Blessing Plus to restore Alear and Rosado's Engage Plus turns, and wipe out 2 of Diamant's health bars with Bond Blasts. But because I switched Alear's emblem to Lucina, I only get the regular Divine Blessing, which does not restore engage turns. This makes my position unplayable, and I use the Time Crystal to rewind to the arrival of the second wave of middle section reinforcements. This allows me to improve my pacing, with Ivy tossing a 0% bolting toward Alchrist with 3 engage turns left instead of 2, so she can properly deal with both waves of flyers from the bottom. However, this means I need to burn Seadall's Dance so she can re-equip Excalibur for the last wave of reinforcements from the left. Since I also need to save my Engage Plus, this leaves me with precious few resources to deal with the right side reinforcements. As a Hail Mary play before resetting the map entirely just to re-equip Marth, I have Veyle engage with Veronica and use Summon Hero, and the game decides to give me perhaps the best possible hero for this scenario, Emblem Corrin. With her on the board, I am able to use Dreadful Aura to keep the reinforcements from overwhelming me, and when Ivy survives both waves of flyers, I'm basically home free. Alchrist goes down like before, and when Diamant arrives, I have Engage Plus ready to go. Unfortunately, I had to burn Alear's Engage attack prior to Diamant's arrival, but it ends up not mattering because with attuned bonuses, Divinely Inspiring, and Diamant's low red stat, Rosado is actually able to kickbox him into submission with Dragon's Fist. With a refresh from Seadall and a contract from Veyle, Rosado ends up with enough actions to take down all 3 of Diamant's health bars to close out the map.